Hello, it's me, Gemma, and I'm here in my new kitchen because I have just been very busy moving house this week. Not quite finished, I've still got quite a lot of stuff in boxes. A lot of my baking equipment and ingredients are all boxed up. So this week's recipe is a really simple one for you guys. You're only going to need 4 ingredients: a mixer, a bowl, a rolling pin, and some cookie cutters. It's a psychedelic marble cookie recipe. Let's go. So to start with, I'm going to make a really simple sugar cookie batter in my mixing bowl, and I'm going to start with 125 grams of soft unsalted butter. And to that, I'm going to add 160 grams of caster sugar. And that just needs to be beat together on quite a high speed for about 4 or 5 minutes until it's really pale and fluffy. Now, once my butter and sugar are ready, it's time to add an egg. I've got a large free-range egg here. I'm just going to crack that straight in. And I'm also going to add about 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And get that going on a medium speed and beat that until it's really well combined. That is ready. I'm just going to take my bowl off the base of my mixer because I want to sieve my flour in, and I've got 240 grams of plain flour. I'm just going to whack that in. And then on a low speed, I'm just going to fold that all together until it's a dough. Great, that's all come together. You definitely don't want to mix it too much at this point, otherwise you'll end up with really tough biscuits. This way it'll keep nice and short and snappy. So now that it's all mixed together, I'm going to divide it between 4 bowls, and I'm going to make 4 different colours using colour pastes. For now, I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. It doesn't have to be very, very even. And once you've done that, it's time to colour them, and you can use any colours you like. I'm going to do yellow, green, blue and pink. I'm using colour pastes again because I don't want to change the consistency or make them too sort of sloppy. I'm going to start with yellow. I'm using egg yellow sugar flare here. I know a lot of you kind of asked me what brand I use. Sugar flare is a really good one. I don't know if it's available in all parts of the world, but it's certainly available in the UK. And I'm going to use a little bit. It's very concentrated. I'm just going to use a very small blob. I'm just dipping the end of my pokey thing in. I'm going to mix that all together. And once that's mixed thoroughly through, move on to the next colour until you've done all your 4 bowls. So now my colours are all nice and solid, so I'm going to refrigerate these, but first I need to get my marbling on. So I'm just going to move these out of the way, grab some cling film, and the way that you build this up is quite important if you want to get a nice marbling. So I'm just going to get it ready. And using my hands, I'm just going to grab small bits and pile it up in my hand. I'm just taking blobs the size of ping pong balls and just going along in a bit of a random order, piling it all on until I'm completely out of dough. So now I'm left with what looks like a very messy pile of Play-Doh that your mum's like picked up after you and got it all in the wrong bits. But that's okay. We're going to make this look really pretty. I'm just going to start by putting it on my cling film and just giving it a little bit of a knead, not too much. I don't want to knead the colours into each other. I just want to kind of get them to mix around a little bit. And then once you're satisfied that you've got enough ripples and marblings to make you happy, just split it into 2 and wrap those up in cling film and pop them in the fridge. My rounds of cookie dough have been chilling in the fridge for about an hour, and they're nice and firm, and I'm going to roll them out. So to start with, I'm just going to dust my surface with some flour. And just pop my bit of dough right in the middle of that, and just sprinkle a tiny bit of flour on the top. I don't want to cover it or anything. And using a rolling pin, which I'm also dusting, I'm just going to roll that out till it's about 1/3 centimetre thick, so not too thick and not too thin. And you'll notice that every now and then I pick up my dough and kind of turn it a quarter of a circle. That just helps it to not stick, but I've also got to make sure that I'm not absorbing too much flour. So every now and then just move that flour around underneath so that it doesn't stick too much. Now that it's nice and even, I'm just going to chomp out using different size circles to make it a bit more interesting. Now, as you can see, as I've rolled them, some of the colours have smushed together a bit more, and some of them might seem a little bit murky. So if you want to brighten those up, try putting in little silver balls. And once you've finished doing that, it's time to bake these guys, and I'm going to do that at 165 degrees C for 10 to 12 minutes. My cookies came out of the oven and I just transferred them onto this cooling rack to cool down, and they're nice and ready. So I'm gonna crack into one. That is a really good cookie. Lovely and crunchy and crispy and sweet and really psychedelic. They look like little trippy moons. Hope you've enjoyed this video and give these a go. They'll make a really nice little gift, all bundled up perhaps with a bit of ribbon, or just eat them in your own time. I'll be back next week with another recipe for you guys in my lovely new kitchen. And until then, don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking on the link at the end. Have a great week baking, and I'll see you next time. Bye.